Hey guys, welcome back to the King's Legacy Show. Super excited to have you here with me today and really looking forward to digging into this one. And in today's show, in today's episode, we're going to be exploring something that has been on my mind a lot lately. And it's the concept of success, but not just any success. We're talking about the balanced and fulfilling kind. And let me start off with a story that got me really thinking about this. And I guess you see, when you think about success traditionally, we've been taught to measure success in terms of our professional achievements. And this could be like your financial gains, this could be your social status. But is that all there is to it? Is that all? Like, is that everything? Is the financial gain everything? Is the social status everything? Is the professional achievements, is that everything? Let's dive into it today and see how society often defines success for us. We're talking about the big house, the fancy cars, the high paying job, but there's one question we often forget to ask ourselves. And you know what the question is? At what cost? So let's talk about the real cost of imbalance here today. And I want to share a little bit of a story about myself. And if we were to rewind, I think it was about 10 years ago now, and I had just stepped out on my own as a personal trainer, and I just left the gym environment and just stepped out on my own as a personal trainer. And I was quite fortunate in the sense that my calendar blew up pretty quickly. So a normal day for me would be 12 to 14 PT sessions, whether it was 45-minute sessions or 60-minute sessions, whatever it was. And they were back to back. So I was like super busy. And around the same time, I even got offered the opportunity and had the opportunity to work with Ellie Goulding, and I put her through her paces. So on paper, you may have seen it, or you may have been alongside me at some point, and you might have thought, absolutely crushing it. So even myself, to a certain degree, I thought, bank balance is looking pretty, training A-list celebrities, and I should be on top of the moon, right? Well, not really. And I guess this is why a big part of why I've gone down this pathway. And I want to share a little bit with you guys today. I was essentially on the brink of burnout. My eyes started stinging when I was waking up in the morning. I used to feel physically ill. And if you've ever been close to burnout or ever had burnout, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this kind of happened for the first 10 minutes. So I felt super sick after the first 10 minutes when my alarm went off in the morning. I was getting out of bed essentially at like 3:45, 3:50 a.m. And it literally felt like I'd fallen asleep about 20 minutes prior. So I was pretty much running, not on the right amount of sleep, let's put it that way. But to cover this, it wasn't just me. It wasn't just about me. It wasn't just me that this was affecting. My relationship with my then fiance, Maddie, who is now my wife, she stuck around, was really being tested on a couple of different fronts. And essentially, I didn't have the right amount of quality time for her and for the relationship. And even when I did, I really struggled to connect in the way that I wanted to at times. And to share a story with you, I remember being sat down in a restaurant here in Perth, and it was a Friday evening, and we literally couldn't even have a conversation because my eye, I think it was my right one from memory, it literally wouldn't stop twitching. And she just, it was really off-putting for her. She was actually just laughing at me, and it was a little bit funny. But if you know anything about me, I actually really enjoy deep conversations, and I wasn't getting that because she won't stop giggling at me, which I totally get from my non-stop just flickering eye. But my eye was twitching because of all the stress, because of the lack of sleep, because I was pretty much being like fueled up to the gills just on caffeine. So here I was externally coaching celebs, highly successful in terms of if you saw my calendar at the time, but behind closed doors, I was failing my life partner. So in redefining success, we start to broaden our definition beyond the traditional markers like career highs and financial gains. And I fully believe true success encompasses personal happiness. It encompasses your robust health and strong, fulfilling relationships, most importantly. It's all about finding the joy in the little things that you do outside of work. So whether that's diving into your hobbies, whether that's spending quality time with your family or your loved ones, or just simply enjoying like a moment of nothing and just absolutely just chilling out and absolutely doing nothing. This holistic view acknowledges that our professional achievements are just one piece of a much bigger puzzle that makes up a rewarding life. It's not the be all and end all. It's not the only piece of the puzzle. But it's not, and this is another thing as well, it's not just about adding more and more to our lives. Sometimes it's about actually saying no and taking things away. It's about striking that correct and right balance. And it's crucial to nurture not only our mental, but our physical well-being along the way as well, ensuring that we don't head towards the burnouts. And we essentially, one of the biggest things that I did off the back of this was set some really healthy boundaries between work and personal life. And I think that is key. And I think it's something that a lot of us can benefit from, having that clear cut boundaries. And let's dive into this. So, for instance, if you wanted to dedicate time to unwind and disconnect from work, how do you do that? How do you go about installing that into your routine so you can replenish your energy and improve, I guess, your overall productivity and even creativity for when you are at work and when you're at home as well? Remember, being successful also means being able to enjoy life, the life that you're working so hard for. I think that's one of the things that really resonated with myself. Lastly, let's talk about making success personal. We all have unique values and aspirations. So why let society dictate our success parameters? And I'd love for you to do this as early on this year as you can, but I urge you to define your own success. What does that look like for you? Set your own goals and pursue a path that is not only aligned with you and your vision, but it's aligned with what truly matters to you. For some, it might mean scaling back on work to spend more time with loved ones, to spend more time with the kids, to spend more quality time with the family. Or it could just be pursuing that passion projects that you've always secretly known you should be doing, or could be doing, should I say, or you've always wanted to do, but never carved out the time to do so. And to echo the words of Simon Sinek, to achieve real success, one must live a life that is aligned with one's values, not just one's ambitions. This is all about finding the sweet spot where your professional life and your personal fulfillment intersect, essentially. I really love those words from Simon Sinek. And just before we wrap up today, here's a little actionable step and an actionable tip for you. I want you to take a moment this week to create a success journal. And really simply, each night, just jot down a couple of moments from your day that felt truly fulfilling. And this simple practice alone will help you start to notice and appreciate different aspects of what you define as success in your life that go beyond the traditional achievements and the traditional standards almost. Only takes a couple of minutes to do. As we close out today's episode, let's quickly recap the key points we've covered today. So we've covered the traditional versus the holistic success. We've discussed how traditional definitions of success focus on professional and financial achievements, but a more holistic approach includes personal happiness, health, and fulfilling relationships. We've discussed the cost of imbalance. I shared my own experience from about a decade ago, illustrating how focusing solely on professional success led me to burnout and a strained personal relationship. We looked at redefining success. We've talked about the importance of redefining success on your own terms and integrating personal values and well-being into what we consider successful. And I've left you with an actionable step of the success journal, a simple but powerful tool to help you recognize and appreciate the diverse aspects of all parts of your success in your daily life. We looked at Simon Sinek's words of wisdom. We reflected on that quote about aligning a life with your values, not just ambitions, and reminding us of the importance of a balanced approach to success. As you go about your week, gents, think about how you can apply these insights to redefine success in your own life. And don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences with me. Don't forget to reach out and let me know what you liked from today's episode. As we wrap up today, I want you to think about your own life. What does success mean to you? Are you balancing your professional achievements with your own personal happiness? Have you got it aligned? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate your time here with me today. And if any part of today's episode resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, please share it on Instagram and tag me in it at Rich James Jackson. Let's spread the word and help others find their balance. Remember, fuck small talk. Life's too short for it. Let's make every single moment count, and I'll catch you on the next episode.